Now to the war in Ukraine and to the refugee crisis being caused by Russia's unprovoked war. Russia has bombed civilians in their apartments, in hospitals, and on the streets, and some 2.8 million people have fled the country as refugees. One key stop for many of them is Lviv in western Ukraine. KTLA's Christina Pascucci is there right now.
Yeah, and Christina, it's morning here in Los Angeles. There about 7:30 at night. And we've heard reports that when night falls, a lot of people, were out during the day to get groceries, to go to work. And then by nightfall, they hunker down, sometimes going into bomb shelters. What are you noticing on the streets there?
Exactly. Hi, Justin Frank, and that's what I want to show you right now. We are on the streets of Lviv, and people are walking around, as you might be able to see behind me, but it's a lot more quiet than it is during the day, and that's because curfew is at 10 o'clock, and people cannot be out after that. There's also no alcohol sales during this time as a result of the war. But I mean, other than that, a lot of it seems weirdly normal. I want to show you, like a gift shop. Here, for example, if we can pan over and you can see right there, this is a military church I want to bring you into right now. So I'm going to have to lower my voice a little bit, but they have been letting press in here. So, we want to make sure we're being respectful too, but we've seen funerals here for military members who have died. We've seen christenings that we're going to show you soon. And the reason I want to show you this for a few reasons. One, if you look over against the wall and you see that those white coverings throughout the city, you will notice that their symbols, things that they cherish, are covered and protected from the bombing. Now, if we can come in here, watch your step, Mark. Thank you so much. Okay, I want to show you the storage area where people are bringing supplies for military. And so you can see that that's accumulated here, and then we're going to go around the side. No, the other way, Mark. Follow me over here. And this church is beautiful, of peace and hope, and I think there might be actually another christening happening up there. There's been weddings. People have been praying and kneeling and crying and finding peace in their faith. And I mentioned this is a military hospital, or a military church rather, forgive me for that. And here you can see the 2014 invasion. They have images of soldiers who lost their lives, and equally heartbreaking children who lost their families. So what we're going to try to do throughout this whole week is show you different perspectives of life here in Lviv, how it's impacted refugees. We're here on a mission with the Children of War Foundation, and we will also show you an inside look at life-saving surgeries they are doing. But first, I want to give you a little bit of insight into how we got here. Let's show you video of a 30-hour-long harrowing journey that was very intense. It was first arriving in Krakow. Watch your step, Mark. First arriving in Krakow, Poland. We drove 4 hours from there to the border, and even having government documents and everything like that, it took 3.5 hours to get through the border. We saw families escaping all hours of the night, people sleeping on X-ray conveyor belts, anything they could to rest. We drove into Ukraine about 2 a.m. this morning, right past the site of the Russian missile strike that hit a military training center 12 miles from the border. Let's show you a map of that. We had to pass that exact site around the same time it happened the day before. And, tragically, 35 people were killed. 130 more were injured. And this is just the latest horrific missile strike at the hands of the Russians. Lviv had been considered relatively safe compared to the rest of the country, but now war has officially arrived in the West. And I should mention, just to give you perspective, we're another 40 miles or so away from that area that was struck by missiles. So here in the city center, there's this juxtaposition of normalcy with people going to work and school, yet there are signs of war, special monuments that I showed you, protected from bombings, windows covered with metal, those steel hedgehogs used to disable Russian tanks. Air raid sirens have sounded off. 200,000 refugees have poured into this area, and the city is filled with 800,000 people. So that additional number is absolutely significant.
Тому що
She traveled for 4 days with car from Kharkiv, and it was kind of scary because all the sirens were in some cities, somewhere there were some bombings, so it was a really dangerous journey.
Хай Мар'яна живе, ну а Путін хай згниє.
Now that touching semblance, it brought my crew to tears when we saw this in a refugee center earlier. A woman was celebrating her 40th birthday. Her friend sang something that translates something to, quote, many years more to come, and may Putin rot. In a church in the city center that we were just at showing you, civilians clinging to their faith in this time of war, lighting candles, praying, and then a specific christening for a 3-month-old baby girl.
We do it, all the stuff which is happening right now, we do it for our children, to make them happy, to make them free. So, and this is part of it, and despite what time we have now, we still need to have this happy times.
And coming up in about half hour from now, we're going to go to a refugee center not far from where we are and speak to some of the people there and show you that perspective. Virtually every available space in this city is taken by refugees. Where we're going to go is specifically a puppet theater. And so that has even been converted. Jess and Frank, no room available really if you try to get a hotel, Airbnb. It's all taken by refugees as they try to flee west to safety.
Christina, I just wanted to ask you, you know, we've all been watching the images nonstop for days now, and I know you have been as well. You're there now in Ukraine, and I just wonder, what is it about what you're seeing on the ground that is different or wasn't expected from what you'd been witnessing through the media?
It's a great question, and there's so many things to note there. Well, first, I just want to say, you know, it's that the two worlds of one of things being normal, seemingly, and then one of war. I mean, I'm wearing a bulletproof vest. There were reports that Russian spies were arrested here in Lviv as they were trying to mark buildings to be bombed. So there's this very real threat that people are aware of, but at the same time, this gratitude that life is somewhat normal, that they can go to work, they can go to school, that they can receive refugees and provide warm meals for them and soup and warm drinks after they've traversed, you know, the country from the east. So I think what I maybe wouldn't have expected is I do feel a little bit safer. I say that very cautiously because this is an incredibly dire situation. We've seen those images, and they're heartbreaking and horrific, and a lot of people here are touched by them, and they all have this sense of pride. That's another thing, the unity of the Ukrainian people. They keep saying, glory to Ukraine, and everyone I've spoken to says that didn't exist quite like it does now before this latest attack on their country, Frank and Jess.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, one thing, and I'm sure you'll notice that, and we've seen it in the images coming from Ukraine, is the spirit of the people is remarkable. And have you noticed that, I'm sure, as well?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And something else that I noticed, too, that was a little bit tough. Well, I mentioned earlier how on the Polish side of the border they were handing out, the military members were handing out lollipops and candy to the kids, and it just brought the hugest smile to their faces. And we're seeing that on the Ukrainian side, of course, as well. But also after the attack yesterday, right outside of Lviv, a real heaviness, an extra heaviness. And you just imagine that they know some of the members that were lost, the military members. We went to a military hospital here in the center of town. They were super secret, top secret. They didn't want us taking any images of the hospital or talking to anyone there. They're just quite on edge, understandably. And they were treating some of the injured there from this latest blast, and you can just imagine that it's really hit home for them.
And you were telling us earlier today that some of the local residents have gotten used to the air raid warnings because so far this city where you are right now has not seen the indiscriminate sort of shelling and bombing we've seen in other Ukrainian cities at the hands of the Russians. Have you heard the air raid sirens, and what is your plan when you do? Do you have a shelter that you can go to when the air raid siren happens?
Before I came here, I consulted at length with a few people who were U.S. military, and one man in particular, John, who is an angel, a godsend. He provided me with a Kevlar vest and hat, and this isn't actually my lighter one, but if things were to get more heated here, I have a lot heavier gear that actually really weighs you down. And so, you know, people are preparing that way. We were told, we did hear the sirens earlier this morning. We got in super early. I'm losing track of time, but I think it was around 3, 4 a.m. And shortly after, we heard the air raid sirens, and we had expected that. We were told that they've really been ramping up. And in fact, we couldn't even get into our room where we're staying because there had been another air raid siren earlier in the night. And when that happens, people have to stay put until they get the text that all is clear. And so it's kind of interesting how they're using technology, and they have Telegram, I believe is what they use here, or Viber. And once they get that notice that they've been in the clear, then they can move about and go about their business. But where we're staying in the building, there's a bomb shelter, so we know that we have to run out, go down, and take cover the second that those sirens go off. The thing that's a little unnerving is because, you know, you have this need for security. All of our doors, we have multiple doors that are secured, and so that kind of takes a second to get those open. But, you know, you think about it ahead of time in terms of what you have to do to make sure you can get down there as fast as possible.
To hear those sirens must be an eerie, scary thing, I'm sure. Christina, we hope for your safety. Be careful tonight, and thank you so much for bringing us what it's like there in Lviv, Ukraine. I know you're going to talk with Glenn and Lou next hour as well.
Sleep when you can.
Yeah. Thanks, Christina.
All right. All right, Christina.